I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with a big blue bee. On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Minutes after filming the sting of the largest bee I've ever gone up against, I noticed something even more striking buzzing around the brush.
There's a bee. There's a bee.
Got him! Got him! Yes! It's a blue one! You gotta see this, oh my goodness. Just a few minutes ago, I was stung by a big black carpenter bee, which walloped me. But I didn't know they came in blue. What's your bet? Black or blue? In this video, we're going to find out which of these giant bees has the more painful sting and which of them will rate higher on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. And we're back. We have 1 black carpenter bee and 1 blue carpenter bee, the new contender. I was stung by this black carpenter bee. A broad-handed bee is another name for it. Right there, yesterday, this bee is ticked and it is going to sting the heck out of me. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow, yeah, wow.
Big bee got me. Big bee got me.
And you can see in 24 hours, the swelling has expanded to cover nearly my entire forearm. You can see all that inflammation right there. Check this out, it even jiggles. Cool. But of course, as we were wrapping up yesterday, packing up all the gear, starting to film the aftermath scenes for the BSI rating of the broad-handed black carpenter bee, this new contender entered the picture. Seeing that this bee is ultra colorful and aposematic, blue is a warning color, I'm thinking to myself, the bigger the bee, the bigger the sting. However, we know from all the sting tests we've done, size isn't the only factor. The potency of the venom means a lot. For example, let's take a quick look back at this small but ultra painful cow killer. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah. Holy moly. I can already tell you right now, the swelling from this tomorrow is going to be so much worse than it is right now. And the pain, the power of the venom in this bee is fresh in my mind. So does the black carpenter bee, being a bigger bee, have a more powerful sting? Or will the real BSI champ be this beautiful blue carpenter bee? And with that, I think it's time to enter the sting zone once more. What do you guys say? All right, here we go. I'm gonna really try not to lose this bee. This is the only blue carpenter bee we've seen all week long. This is a rare one. All right, I'm gonna keep the net on standby. You guys ready?
I'm ready, Mark.
Here we go. Oh, it woke up. Okay. Got it. Just so you guys know, I'm not hurting the bee at all by doing this. It is super tough. Oh man. See that stinger fishing already? Okay. I'm gonna have to do this quick. This bee is super slippery. That blue coat is so slippy. Okay, we got it.
All right, here we go. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with a big blue bee. On 3, ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah, bite me. Ah, yeah, oh, it got me. Oh, hang on, bite me. He's in there, he's on. Oh, yeah, yeah, oh. Ooh, oh man. All right, someone get the net, someone get the net. Cover. Oh, yeah, that stings. Get back at the container. Come on, come on. Oh, it stings. Oh yeah. She's a biter. She's a biter. And she stings. That didn't happen yesterday. Took 2 really good stings. Multiple bites. Oh, I gotta hang here. Oh, that was so much worse on this bite and the sting than yesterday. I mean, she bit the heck out of me. She bit me so hard I'm bleeding. Those bees can chew through wood. She had no problem popping through my skin. Look at that, guys. I'm surprised I'm not bleeding more for how bad that hurt. Okay. Okay. You get the shot?
You got it.
Okay. I don't want to do that again. I think I'm done with carpenter bees. My arm is like, what the heck? What is going on? What are you thinking? Oh man, the venom's starting to set in too. Let's see. Stings are down below. All right, let's roll into it. Where does the big blue bee rank next to the black carpenter bee here in Borneo? Let's roll the ratings. Here we go. On intimidation, the blue bee was a bit less intimidating than its larger cousin, the black broad-handed bee. Seeing them side by side and their stingers both on the table beforehand, certainly the black bee was a lot more formidable. However, the blue bee still gets a respectable score of a 7.2 out of 10 because that vivid blue color all over its body, which in nature can be used as a warning sign of high venom potency. For pain, the blue bee delivered with a huge dose of it right to my arm. It bit and stung me multiple times and would refuse to let go even when I tried to pull it off. The pain caused by its venom wasn't as distinct as the black bee, but the bite certainly made up for it. For that, I give it a 7.8 out of 10. And for the aftermath, the blue bee left behind a cluster of bite and sting sites on my arm. The bites all healed like an ordinary wound, but the venom made things much more uncomfortable. As it healed, it was joined by an unusually intense itch, which made the bite wounds hard to leave alone. However, the swelling and redness left behind was much less than that of the black bee, so the blue bee only earns an 8.1 out of 10. Altogether, this big blue bee ranks as a 7.7 out of 10 on the Brave Wilderness BSI, falling short of the black bee overall and sliding in just below the bite of the assassin bug.
Whoa, what is that wrap? Oh, is that a dead snake?
Oh my God, it's a dead python. It looks like an anaconda. Holy cow. Are you kidding me? Look at that. That's a new sight. Never seen a giant dead snake floating out in the water like that.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Oof.
Ooh, stinky. Oh my goodness. How long do you think this one's been dead?
Oh, recent. I'll tell you, within the last 24, 48 hours.
Ooh, it stinks. 12 feet? Oh, I think we can put it back, let the circle of life continue. Oh, that's not the snake we're after, but that is certainly a sign that there's some really big serpents out here in this canal. The sewer snake we're after is not the only animal that shares this waterway. Oh. Thanks, bud. Even though we're looking for a venomous species of snake, I'm actually a lot more concerned about this environment. We've got bites singing by us, sewer water with all kinds of debris. Who knows what kind of bacteria is in here? Power lines. I've got a long metal pole, of course, attached to the net. That's not good. Oh, full bag of trash. Toilet seat, look at that.
Oh, yeah, it really showed in all its glory.
Nasty, nasty, nasty. What is that? It's a turtle. How could it be living in this? Oh gosh. Let's see if we can catch it. Got it. Haha.
Good catch.
Success. Look at this little guy.
This is a Malayan
snail-eating turtle. Got some major plastron damage, unfortunately. Oh, he's healed back though. We got a fighter here. This little turtle was once crushed at one point in its life, but has been resilient enough to bounce back and appears pretty healthy. This is the Malayan one. You can tell that because of the patterns on its face. Definitely out here hunting tonight. I think we just caught this one eating some minnows, but they're obviously out here also eating giant snails, hence the name snail eater. And man, is it covered in leeches. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of leeches on the back of this turtle. Let's see if we can clean them off for it. Not that it matters much. It's living in a sewer. We need to put our little turtle back and keep looking for one of those sewer snakes. Whoop. With so many aquatic animals in the water, these are some great signs that we're getting closer, maybe finding that tentacled snake. Oh my God, guts. Looks somebody's eating those pig intestines or whatever that is.
What, you don't like that? Oh, it's just pulling it down.
Yeah, my God. Oh, there's some fish here. Whoa, what's that? Woo! Whoa, look at the size of that snail. Woo! Stinky, I'm putting it back.
Well, watch out,
All right, we're getting flushed out of here. Yep, time to go. We're in the sewer. Yep, well, I'll take that as a sign to keep on the trail we're on. We've got to be getting close. Look at all these trash bags. This would be a good project someday. If we get a big community project going out here in Bangkok, this would be definitely something worth looking at, cleaning up the trash here in these canals. Wait, what is that? Oh my gosh, guys, there it is. It's not in a good spot. This is going to be a super tricky catch. These water snakes are ambush predators. They are super well camouflaged. They actually have sensory tentacles on the front of their face, and that's why they're so unique looking. Those tentacles make them very aware of their environment. As soon as I touch the water with the net or with my hand, it's gonna go into flight mode. Oh, I got it. I got it. Oh, it's a big one. Look at that. Whoa. The sewer snake of Bangkok, man. I want to make sure that the snake stays comfortable and calm. Wow, look how flat it gets its body. This is such a weird snake. It feels super tough. Its scales, it's hard to describe. They're smooth and they're rough all at the same time. Andrew, stick your hand out. Feel the snake. What do you think?
Oh, he's super tough.
Yeah, but kind of like sandpaper. Oh, okay. All right. Just got to be really careful that I don't spook the snake. I do not want to take a bite from this one because yes, this is a venomous species of snake. It's not actually well known as the sewer snake of Bangkok. It's more famously called the tentacled snake because of those appendages growing right off of its nostrils. A special adaptation to hunt in this environment. Those little tentacles are sensory organs it uses to sense vibrations in the water to detect its prey, which is a diet almost entirely of fish. This is a fish eater. Its strategy for catching prey is to mimic the vines that are in these waterways. So when a fish swims by, it has no idea that the snake's even there, and bang, it whips its head around in a C-shaped motion to catch it. Look at this, it'll wrap around my finger. It's displaying that prehensile tail. This is how it's able to hold itself steady in the water, mimicking a vine, wrapping that tail around anything it can grab onto, and then it just floats there. So you can see this is the kind of stuff that this snake is out there hanging on. See how it wraps its tail around? That prehensile tail. Whoa, did you guys see that sea hook? I don't want to get my fingers too close to the head, not only because that's where the teeth are, but because of how it strikes. They actually use a sea hooked attack method. They let the fish swim next to their head and then bang, like grab them by doing a side shot with their head and their mouth, like a whip. That's why I'm being really careful. Whenever I get my hand next to the snake's head, I'm going from underneath. I don't want to spook it into biting me. I mean, this is essentially a water dragon. Look at that face. It's like right out of Game of Thrones. Not only does its face look like that of a dragon from medieval times, but its scales look like body armor. They're very rough. They're keeled, which means they have ridges on them, but they actually feel like sandpaper. I've held a lot of keeled snakes before, and they're not usually this rough. This feels like 100 grit sandpaper for sure. You see its neck getting into that S shape, and that's how it would coil up for a strike. These snakes are venomous, but they are what's called rear fanged, which means the venom is secreted from the back of the mouth and it's used for feeding and not necessarily inflicting a death bite like a rattlesnake or a cobra. Right here on the outskirts of Bangkok, that tentacled snake. I'm Mark Vins, be brave, whoa, stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. All right, let's put this sewer snake right back where we found it. So right now, we are looking for flowering plants because in all likelihood, that's where we're gonna find what we're after. The hornet itself does eat nectar and fruit, but it also hunts bees, which are attracted to flowers as well. So these banded hornets are really opportunistic. Oh man, we are in the thick of it now. Snake, guys, we got a snake right here. Borneo keeled viper. It is venomous, and it is a really good sized one too, but so I can get it down. Oh, she's heavy. My goodness. You see what I mean now? That's why I want to be especially careful with this snake. I do believe she's carrying young, so she's what's called gravid, and she's about to give birth to a lot of baby snakes. Oh. So can you see that anytime she gets more than half of her body length out of my hook, I do a reset. As long as I have the hook in that first quarter, I'm fairly safe. Now, you would not want to take a bite from this viper. As docile as she is being right now, we can't let her guard down. In an instant, this snake could wake up, decide to become aggressive, and a bite from this animal would be a very dangerous situation. How's that for a shot? It's named the keeled viper because of the scales. They have a little ridge that goes in between each individual scale. Unlike most pit vipers, it has a much thicker jawline. It has a very robust and bold appearance. And then when you combine that with the coloration of this reptile, it's a knockout. We gotta cover some ground. We gotta get out of this canopy and hopefully find some flowers. I'm not sure there's gonna be many hornets hanging out in this dense jungle here. Oh wow, here's a flower. Guys, come check this out. This is called a Rafflesia flower. It is the national flower of Borneo, but it actually has a much more common name, the rotting corpse flower. Being that I've never encountered one of these before, you know I gotta test it. It definitely stinks. Not nearly as bad as I thought. Spoiled barbecue, no big deal. We're gonna head up here where there's more light and hopefully more flowers. I'm hearing a lot of buzzing. I got flowers, guys. Big flowers in there. Something's buzzing up there. I think we got one. I think we got one. Watch out, guys, watch out. I got it. Yes. Woo, we got one. Let's go to this clearing. I'm gonna get the jar. Oh, baby. Oh my goodness. That is it. The banded hornet, the deadliest stinging insect in all of Borneo. It is huge. Look how big it is. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we got one. And it looks mean. Let's go set up the stink table. Let's do this. First, up close look at one of the insect killers of Borneo, the banded hornet. And it is enormous, easily twice the size of hornets that I'm used to seeing. And look at that bright yellow band across the abdomen. An obvious reason as to how it got its name. Now, there are two types of banded hornets. There are banded hornets in the mainland of East Asia, and then there are banded hornets in the tropical regions. And you can tell the difference mainly because the mainland hornet band stops right in the middle. So you see a black line above the yellow. The tropical version of this hornet has a yellow band that extends all the way to the top of the abdomen. And of course, here we are in the tropics, so this is in fact that species. But between the two, this one is known to be much more aggressive, and it kills many people throughout East Asia every single year. In fact, in 2018 alone, this species of hornet killed 7 people in Indonesia. And that is because of the toxicity of its venom and the aggression of the colonies of these hornets. They do nest, they do hive up, and when people are swarmed by these and inflicted with multiple stings, It can almost lead to instant anaphylaxis, instant shock. And sadly, yes, many people lose their lives due to those unfortunate encounters. But today, and because of all the stings that I've done before and my knowledge of what to do in case of an emergency situation from a sting, I am willing to go flesh to stinger with the terror that is known as the banded hornet of Borneo. And it looks intense, preparing itself for what is going to be probably one of my worst stings. The nerves are kicking in. Gonna take a sting on this arm. Got a little aftermath still going there from a different sting, but this is a nice blank canvas. Because this hornet could have a potentially emergency outcome to this sting test, let's just do a quick review, guys, on the EpiPen. If I need the EpiPen and I can't administer myself, this is what you do. Remove the pen from the container. Both blue caps come off, exposing the needle. You jam it into either of my legs. You depress the top for 10 seconds. Pull it out. And that will give me enough medicine to make it to where I can get more help. Okay, guys, here we go. Out of the container. Try to do it without getting it too fired up so I can get a good hold on it. See the stinger going. Got a bad hold. I've got it between the sheets. I'm gonna keep chasing it until I get to dead end. Check to make sure I got a good hold. I got a good hold. There it is. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the banded hornet of Borneo on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's in. Yeah, I get it. I got away. Oh, buddy, it got me. Oh. Oh, wow. Ooh, that burns. Oh, yeah. Instant searing pain. Stinger went deep right away. It flew off almost immediately. No one else was stung, thankfully. But that was a powerhouse of a sting, guys. It's like making my hand shake. All right, let's just monitor. Forgot to monitor this for like at least a half hour, guys. I'm not out of the woods by any means. It's been about 10 minutes after the sting. You can still see the blood at where the sting site was. A lot of the stings that I take remain in the upper parts of the skin, in the dermis of the skin. This one clearly went into the bloodstream, and it itches so bad already. Typically, itching does not set in for at least like 12 hours to a day. I have never experienced this on any sting before. And it still hurts. Let's be really, really clear. It does not feel good at all, but the itching is starting to overpower the pain. So unusual. But it's time to rank this insect, this banded hornet from Borneo, on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. And as always, it's going to be on 3 factors: intimidation, pain, and the aftermath. Roll it. On intimidation, the banded hornet certainly looks intense. It's easily twice as large as your average hornet, and they almost warn you not to touch them with that bright yellow banding. Plus, they do have that reputation of being the most deadly sting in Borneo, which is terrifying given how many stinging insects live out here. So for that, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. For pain, once the stinger dug into my skin and started dosing me with its venom, it was immediate. And the sting radiated throughout my entire arm, engulfing my forearm in searing pain. And it drew a drop of blood on top of that, which only happens with the most serious of stings, and it definitely made me nervous. Given all those factors, it easily earns its 8.1 out of 10 for pain. The aftermath of the banded hornet continues to earn it some serious points. That stinger went in deep and caused serious itching right away, which I have never experienced before. I went through wave after wave of pain, and we had to closely monitor my symptoms to make sure I wasn't having an allergic reaction. It also caused a shocking bullseye reaction on my arm, which is always concerning. Anytime I would get active in the days following, the swelling would come rushing back, including the horrible itch, which lasted for a full 48 hours. And for that, it gets an aftermath score of a solid 8 out of 10. All factors combined, the banded hornet ranks at an 8.2 on the Brave Wilderness BSI, beating out the cow killer from Arizona, but falling just short of the giant black carpenter bee, also from Borneo. Wow, this place stings.
In the rainforest of Costa Rica lives a ghost. One that we have been chasing for many years. Yet, it has eluded us time and again. But tonight, that's all about to change.
Hear that? Oh, guys.
Oh my gosh.
Hey everybody, I'm Mark Vins, and welcome back to another special adventure brought to you by B&H Photo. Tonight, we are going out in the jungle looking for a ghost. No, not a paranormal ghost, a living ghost, one that we will actually find if we can locate its habitat. This animal loves moving water, so in order to find out where we need to hike tonight, we need to use the light of day and our drone to see where the stream systems exist on this property. First things first, before we can fly the drone, we've got to set it up. And today, we are flying the DJI Mavic 2 Pro. This is a really awesome drone, but for us today, it's more of a reconnaissance tool so we can see the area that we're going to be adventuring in tonight. And liftoff. All right, we are up in the sky. Oh man. You know what? There's like all kinds of clouds coming in right now. This actually looks gorgeous. Check that out. So glass frogs, an arboreal frog that lives up off the ground, love river systems because that's where they lay their eggs and develop their tadpoles. Now, if we can locate water, there's a pretty good chance that we could put ourselves there and listen for the calls of the glass frog and then locate the ghost glass frog. Okay, I'm gonna fly due east and we wanna mark the ridges and the approximate distance to get to these streams and rivers and hopefully get eyes on one of the streams that's closest to us as a starting point. And we want to maybe sketch the shape and some distinct features to help us get there.
Okay.
So you see the ridge right in front of us, we'll call that ridge 1. And there's definitely a secondary ridge over top of it.
Okay.
And this is the great part about scouting with the drone. You really can see the topography in an area like Costa Rica, which is very mountainous and hilly and just confusing at night. I mean, right, Mario, you can easily get turned around out there in the jungle, but by having a map at our aid, it's going to make tonight's expedition that much more efficient. This vegetation is dense. Even from the sky, it is difficult to see anything in those trees. That's water. Got it. So you see the way that curves around? So over Ridge 1, and then on the downside of Ridge 2, the stream comes from the south and goes just north and then bends back west.
Yep.
And then you see that cluster of rocks?
Yep. I think that could be our kind of landmark, maybe our entryway.
Based on the fact that that was over 2,500 meters of flight, we're gonna estimate to get down here because of the terrain up and down, that's gonna be about another 2 kilometers.
Okay.
3 kilometers total in hiking tonight. Okay. And then you have a compass on your watch, which will really come in handy.
Yep. So we've got the map. We know where the stream is at. All we got to do is wait until it gets dark. And of course, bring that drone back.
I hear it. There it is, yeah. So we did a manned launch, and right now we're going to do a catch landing. This is not for a novice drone pilot. Gotcha. All right, well, that's a wrap on recon. Let's head back and wait for darkness. As you can see, night has descended upon us, and it's time to search the rainforest for the ghost glass frog. Let's turn our headlamps on and hit the trail. I'm scanning around, I'm listening. I do hear something coming from over here. I think I hear a call. Hear that? It's coming from right up here. Let's check this out. Oh, yep, right there. Look at that. Our first glass frog, cool. Now, first things first, I'm just gonna leave it alone for a second so I get my hands wet. I don't wanna handle a frog with dry hands. Let me see if I can get this frog off its perch. Come here, little guy. Perfect. There we go. Okay. This is not the Elix or the ghost glass frog, but it's actually one of the smallest species of glass frog here in Costa Rica, and it's the Spinosa glass frog, otherwise known as the dwarf glass frog. One of the first distinct characteristics you will notice about the glass frog is, besides being that really cool translucent green, is their eyes are actually set forward as opposed to the side like we'd see in a red-eye leaf frog or some of the other frogs that we have here in Costa Rica. And that forward set eye pattern is what gives them that really cool Kermit the Frog look that they're so famous for. I think we've had it off its leaf for long enough. Let's put it back and keep searching. We've got a long night ahead of us if we're gonna find that ghost. We've gone about 1 kilometer east so far, and we know our final destination, or the water source that we're looking for, is about 3 kilometers east. Looks like we need to go a little northeast. Mario, you seeing that?
Yep, according to my compass on my watch, yeah, if we go in this direction, it'll be kind of slightly northeast, and then I think we'll get on that eastern trail as well.
It's funny, when you first step foot off trail, there's always this sensation that comes over you. It's just like a heightened awareness. Walking on the trail feels safe. Walking off the trail feels hazardous just by nature. So you tend to move a little bit more deliberately, and you see more. It's really an awesome thing to get off trail. You've got a little bit of groundwater starting here. That means the bigger stream is definitely nearby. Let's head on here and get to the start of the stream.
Dude, fertilance.
Where?
Huge.
Let me see.
Holy smokes. Look at his head.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Whew. That is a formidable snake right there. Good spot, Mario. Do you want the snake hook?
No, I don't think we're gonna mess with it. Just gonna get a nice shot of it. So the fertilance relies on its cryptic coloration to blend into the environment. And an animal in this position could stay in wait for hours without moving a single muscle. The name of the game is waiting when you are an ambush predator. And a snake like this has all the time in the world to wait for an unsuspecting prey item.
That is exactly why you have to watch every single step you take out here, because your next step could be on something like that fer-de-lance, and that'd be a very bad day for us. It looks like it's flattening out a little bit, which is good news for us. We can really start looking. I just heard a glass frog, guys, up this way. It's a very quick chirp. It's like a, hear that? Oh, guys, we got one. Yes! Oh man, I knew I heard one. All right, here we go. Hands wet, gonna gently take it off the leaf. I am so excited to show you this frog, and you're going to see why we came all this way to show you the ghost of the rainforest, the ghost glass frog. How cool are those eyes? So cryptic and so unique. In my opinion, this frog has the coolest eyes in all of frogs in Central and South America. We're gonna break out the lights, we're gonna break out the macro lens, and we're gonna bring you in close so you can get a good look at why this frog is so special. Mario, you got that macro lens ready to go?
Yep, got the lens and the EOS R on the tripod.
And I've got the ghost glass frog. Oh, looking right at you. I think it sees its reflection in your lens there and is like, who's that? That looks like me.
Hey, buddy.
Let me help you there, Mario.
Okay, back it up just a little bit, right there.
trying to remain as still as I possibly can for Mario's shot right now, so everyone at home can see those magnificent eyes. They look cool?
Yeah, they're kind of reticulated. They got this pattern on them. I'm gonna pause there. Let's try to get a different angle on him.
Okay. Just carefully nudge it this
How's
way.
it doing? Is it doing good?
Oh my goodness, the
That's
frog.
good.
That's cool
get
right
that.
there.
Let's get its little pads.
Yeah.
So this species does not have a completely transparent ventrum. However, I could see a little bit of the white sheath of intestinal tract inside of its stomach. And I could actually see like the beating of the heart.
I'm glad you brought that up, Mario, because a lot of people think that all glass frogs have a completely transparent stomach, and that is not true. In fact, it is more of the exception than the rule when that does occur. Now, if you have seen our previous glass frog episode, that was a species with a completely clear ventral side where you could actually see the heart beating and the blood flowing through the frog, which was pretty amazing. Another cool thing about the ghost glass frog, it is actually the largest species of glass frog in Costa Rica. So kind of fitting that we started tonight with the dwarf glass frog, or the Spinosa, which is the smallest, and we land on the ghost glass frog, which is the biggest, but still pretty small. It's winking at you. I think he just complimented you, Mario. He's like, wink, that's a great shot.
Out here, every step counts. The terrain is brutal and the stakes are real. That's why I created Summit Adventure Fuel, to help power my way through any situation. With pro-grade electrolytes, clean sugar-free ingredients, and flavors that hit hard, Summit keeps me going when the wild pushes back. And unlike other electrolyte drinks that are sugar-free, Summit actually tastes good. And Summit is now the official drink of Brave Wilderness. So hydrate like an explorer and fuel your adventures all the way to the summit. Let's get there. Look at that! This is a shingleback. Wow, what an amazingly cool lizard this is. Let me see if I can pick it up carefully. Oh, don't want to get bit. Don't want to get bit by this guy. Hang on. Look at that defensive display. Whoa, got a lunge. Oh, he is a feisty one. Oh, do you hear that? Hear that hiss? Got him. All right. Here, let's come on in close, guys. That is a really good look at their defensive display. I was hoping we would come across one of these lizards here in Western Australia, and there it is, our first reptile of the trip, the shingleback. The first thing you notice about this animal is that tongue sticking out, flaring its tongue out, saying, hey, I'm feisty and I will give you a tremendous bite if you get any closer. You can see the size of those mandibles, and it does have razor sharp teeth. Let's talk about its name. The shingleback gets its name because of its armored plating. Look at those scales. They are raised up and very thick, like an armored little tank. Here, Andrew, feel the back of that.
Whoa, he's super tough.
He's super tough. An extra tough lizard that utilizes its scales to ward off predators. Those armored scales would act like a plate, a barrier, to hopefully protect it long enough to scurry away. Now, some people would call this a shingleback, others would know it as a bobtail. It gets the name bobtail because of this little nubby tail on the back, which has a couple of purposes. The first purpose is it's a defense mechanism because it's a false head. So if there's a predator like a hawk or a snake that comes in and tries to eat this lizard, it might accidentally go for the wrong side because it looks a lot like its head. And that would be good for this lizard because it would give it a chance to get away. Now, another purpose for that bobtail is it's a fat store. Being out here in the desert, water is scarce and energy can be scarce. So certain times of the season, while this lizard can be hibernating, it relies on the fat stores in its tail to survive. Now, these lizards are a species of blue-tongued skink, and while their tongue isn't as bright as their cousin, the eastern blue tongue, I think their armored appearance makes them the coolest of these spunky Australian lizards. I want to be very clear, I do not want to take a bite from this lizard. It has very strong jaws because it is an omnivore. It feasts on a diet of snails and beetles, so it requires strong mandibles to crush those shells up. And I don't want you to crush my finger, right? Because we're gonna be friends, because I'm gonna help you out too before the end of this video. These lizards can be found while road cruising out here in the outback. They are often victims of car strikes because they like to stay on the road to get warmth. They are ectothermic, so we're gonna help you cross the road, buddy, don't worry. But we're also gonna help you out with something else. Now, one of the things that we can do is to remove some of its parasites. You see that right there? Let's get a tight shot. These reptiles are known to be covered in ticks. So anytime we encounter an animal with visible parasites like leeches, barnacles, or ticks, we always do our best to try to remove them if possible. In this case, removing these pesky bloodsuckers will cause no pain to the lizard and will certainly help its chances for survival in this harsh desert environment. This is a little bit risky right here. Getting my fingers super close to those jaws. Got him. Oh no. There's more. Ugh. Hang on, buddy. We'll help you out here. Guys, there are so many ticks on this lizard. That one was in its left ear, and the ticks do like to go for the softer part, so ears and in between the scales. I'm gonna try this one out. Here we go. Yeah. Gotcha. There we go. And there is another tick. See? That's what friends do. We remove ticks from each other's ears. You would do the same for me, wouldn't you? Now, this is not a tick that would burrow into a human, but they can actually get about 20 times this size by engorging themselves with the blood of these reptiles. I've actually found a tick on another shingleback before that was the size of a grape. Ugh, disgusting, right? Ugh, we don't want ticks. I think I got the main ticks off of you. Oh no, you got another one deep in your ear. Got him. Got him. They are all stuffed in his ear. How did you get so many ticks inside your ear? Oh gosh, guys. There are so many ticks in this lizard's ear. Guys, you're gonna wanna get a shot of this, it's close. Ugh, look at that. Dude, where have you been? All right, no more ticks. I think I got them all out of that ear. I'm sure that feels a lot better, huh, buddy? Now you can hear again. All right, the sun's coming back out. He's getting a little feisty. Let's see if we can get another look at that iconic defense display, that tongue splaying out to warn any predator off. All right, I'm gonna try to put him down carefully, not take a bite. Ready? You guys got your shot? 1, 2, 3. See that? See that defense display? Oh! Whew. He is fast. Yeah. Hey, we're still friends, don't worry. Oh.
Looks angry.
Oh man, they are feisty when they want to be. Oh! Not messing around, are you, buddy? Too close. Gosh, he bit down hard. Oh, guys. Look at that bite. We were trying to get the thumbnail and I was using my hat to shade and he's totally bit my hat. Oh my gosh, it is strong. I don't think it's gonna let go. You would not want to take a bite from this lizard. Holy smokes, it is just bulldog grip. Let's see if I can just put it down and it'll let go. Give me my hat. Who do you think you are, Jake Paul? Got my hat? Can I have my hat back, sir? Please? Are you kidding me? Thank you. Thank you for my hat back. Okay. Wow. You would not want to take a bite from this lizard. It is a bulldog. That is a bite that you would not soon forget. So cool. Out here in Western Australia and our first encounter with the shingleback. I'm Mark Vins. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure. All right, let's put this one across the road and continue on our way. See you later. The jumping cholla in all its glory. Now, there are over 30 different species of this segmented cacti that inhabit North and South America, and they all have different names. This one, I could tell right away, is none other than the teddy bear cholla. But I will warn you, this plant is definitely not soft and cuddly, so you don't want to give it a hug if you're out here in the Sonoran Desert. Now, if you take a closer look at those spines, you'll notice that they are pointing in nearly every direction, almost like some kind of geometric nightmare. Oh, but it gets worse. On every single spine is a characteristic called glochidia, which are small bristles with backward-facing barbs. This microscopic feature makes the cholla difficult to remove once it is adhered to any surface or unlucky passerby. Now I know what you're thinking. Are these plants just plain evil, or is there a method to their madness? Well, as it turns out, each and every single segment of this plant is a potential seed for the next offspring. They've adopted what's called vegetative reproduction. But what's with this name jumping cholla? Their name is a bit of a myth. It comes from the idea that the plants actually have the ability to jump at their would-be victims. However, that's not the case. But what they can do is fall. So a good gust of wind or vibrations in the ground can cause the segments to fall, especially in the dry season. And at this point, I want to show you guys the methods to remove a cholla plant from your body. But let's be honest, you've seen this before. Yeah. Today, it's my turn. And in order to show you the right ways to remove a cholla, I'm gonna need to get myself good and spiked up. So the team and I have decided to create the ultimate cholla challenge, also called the sharpest maze in the world. And if you look right behind me here, you'll notice there's a lot of cholla. In fact, not just cholla, there's all kinds of spiky, nightmarish plants. These are things you would never, ever want to walk through. But here's the deal. If you were to go all the way to the end of the maze, over 100 yards, you would find a table. What's on this table, you might ask? Well, it just so happens to be my favorite dessert of all time. The delicious, the scrumptious, the completely irresistible red velvet cake. And this one just so happens to be made from my favorite bakery in Los Angeles, Baker's Lane. So, trust me, I really want to have that dessert in the desert. But here's the deal, in order to get it, I need to make my way through this maze in under 2 minutes. And the kicker is, I've got to do it while being blindfolded.
Actually, Mark, I thought the blindfold might be a little too easy to see through.
Huh?
So I got you these blacked out goggles instead. I'll take that bandana from you there.
I could work with this, okay. I really want that cake. All right, folks, here it goes. If you've ever wanted to see a human pincushion, stick around for the next few minutes. This is about to get crazy.
Alrighty, folks. Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned desert showdown. No sense poking around. Let's get right to it. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's give him some spins for good luck. And he's off.
That, man.
Straight.
To your right, to your right. Good, good. To your left, Mark, to your left.
Oh, God. Straight.
Yep, straight ahead. Oh, watch out for that one by your leg. Back up just a little bit and then go straight. There you go.
Oh, I can't see a thing.
There we go. We got a little bit of a clearing
Time
here.
check.
You got about 1:30. Watch your chin.
Which way?
Oh, man. Back up.
Oh.
Okay, Mark, we gotta keep going.
Right.
To your right, to your
Right.
To your right.
What is that? That's not another one, is it?
No. Straight ahead. Yep, side step. Step with your left leg forward. Yeah, just go straight, Mark. Just go straight.
Oh my gosh, how far am I?
Halfway through, Mark. Come on. Don't get too close to those. Keep shuffling.
God.
There you go.
My leg's seizing up, man.
Well, we're in between two very sharp plants. So what we need to do, yep. You just turned yourself perfect.
Okay.
Go forward. There's a bush right below you, though. Step over that with your left leg. There you go.
Am I doing the right thing? I can't.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to feel for bushes with my feet.
Shuffle. There you go.
Am I close?
You're close. We got about 30 seconds, though. We got to make it.
I'm like terrified to finish this, Corey. Help me.
All right, this part's tight.
Dude, I'm stuck. I'm freaking stuck.
Ooh, he's gonna feel that one for a while. Let's slow that down real nice like and see an instant replay.
Okay, you just have to move forward. You're right there. It's right in front of you.
Oh, I feel the table. Ah, got the cake. Yes! Victory!
Oh, dude, you made it with like 2 seconds to spare.
All right, I need you guys to remove the goggles because I'm like, I can't move right now. Corey, I'm gonna need your help. How bad is it? How bad is it?
It's bad, dude.
Oh, oh my goodness.
Was it worth it, man?
Let
Take
me
a bite.
Let me see.
You made it this far.
Oh, it makes it better. That certainly makes it better. Oh yeah, that's good cake. Okay. We gotta get these out. All right, I really need the stuff off the back.
I'm just gonna keep going, man. Ready?
Okay.
All right, keep going, man.
Had you ever thought of starting over? Starting
1, 2, 3.
from the bottom again.
Yep, that was the worst one. Tell you guys what, I'm so happy I wore a cup. Okay, so here we go. Now, as you can see, I only have the choya left that are on the front side of my body. And this is the point of the video where I would like to attempt to show you how, if this happens to you, hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, how to properly remove these choya with the least amount of pain possible. The number one thing you want to avoid doing, this is like rule number 1 with choya, you never, ever, under any circumstances, try to remove choya with your hands. Even if you have gloves on, as you can see, these things go through boots, they go through fabric. So don't use your hands, you want to use a tool. Now, what tool should you use? Well, I'm glad you asked. Corey, my comb, please. Thank you, sir. No, I'm just kidding. It's not for my hair, but one of the best tools for removing the choya is a large tooth comb, just like this. Work the teeth under the spines until you grab the choya. You could kind of see I've got the fruit pulling up now. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Whew. Okay, that's one. Ooh, this one's gonna hurt. Go! Yeah! Yes! Yes, sir, that hurts. Okay, so the comb, it does the trick. But let's be honest, if you're out here hiking the Sonoran Desert, pretty good chance you don't have a large tooth comb in your kit. But what you might have is something like this. The Brave Wilderness team never leaves home without a good multi-tool, and I highly recommend you do the same. So you want to open 2 points of contact, just like the comb, wiggle it in there. See how I have good purchase? Ah, that hurts. 1, 2, 3. Ga! Ga! Velvet cake, velvet cake, velvet cake. Okay, I think I need to get this one off. This is a good opportunity for me to show you yet another technique. Corey, sticks please. Thank you, sir. Now, if you can't find any sticks, just look harder, because you definitely don't want to use your hands, like I said before. What you want to do is take the sticks, work them underneath, get purchase, and then same as the other ones. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, just like that. But I gotta be honest with you, I much prefer the multi-tool, so I'm going back. Okay, this is gonna be a good one. And the final choya I hope you've enjoyed learning about the Sonoran Desert and all of its spiky inhabitants and how to remove the pesky cholla should you ever have an encounter of your own. I'm Mark Vins. Be brave, stay wild. We'll see you on the next challenge. Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. Ah!
Oh, yes. That cake was worth every single spine. And speaking of our spiky little friends that joined me on today's adventure, we actually did them a big favor by helping these cholla complete their journey across the desert. Grow strong, little ones.
In this video, we are out searching the rainforest at night in western Borneo. This location is known for having some of the most unique animals on the planet. And our goal for tonight is to locate as many of them as possible to get up close to the cameras. Let's get searching. If you're out looking for creatures anywhere, the best time to do it is at night. Can you see the blue eyes? All right, we've got a blue-eyed angle-headed lizard. It's a type of dragon, but you can see it's got some super eccentric details. It's almost like it has a wacky hairdo with those spines up and down the back, but it's sleeping right there on that limb. We're just gonna leave it alone. It's a little too high up anyway. Let's go. When you're out night herping, best tool you can have, headlamp. Headlamp or flashlight. The main purpose of using these lights is to illuminate the forest, but also really to get that eye shine popping off the eyes of all the nocturnal creatures that live out here in this jungle. Oh, we got something right here. Let's see if I can get it to climb onto my hand. Another strange creature of the night. We have a spiny stick insect here. This is just a juvenile. It's not a very big one. And look how it just remains completely still. Thinks it's camouflaged on a branch. But you're not. I see you. Wow, just like pinched me with its feet. Ah! Spiny. Ah! Spiked me with those sharp legs. It's got spines all up and down the legs too. All right, we've had a good look. Let's put this spiky stick back on the plant. All right, guys. One of our spotters out here hiking with us tonight just signaled that they saw something on. What do we got? Oh, perfect. Yes. This is awesome. Okay, guys, it's staying put. This is great. I can probably just get right next to it. All right. Look at the size of this amphibian. You guys can get closer. As long as I don't touch it, it's gonna stay right there. Can you guys see without my light?
Oh, perfectly.
Okay, look at how big that leaf frog is. Now this is a Wallace's flying frog. Its feet and the webs on them are so big and wide that it can actually fly through the canopy as a glider. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to pick it up. You guys ready?
We're ready, Mark.
Okay, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay. Check that out. How cool is that frog? Let's see if I can get it to just crawl on me. You seeing that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Get it back. Gotcha. Don't worry, buddy. We just want to see how cool you are. Don't worry. I'm gonna put you right back on your stick. The pads on the feet, in case you're wondering, are super sticky. It feels like sap on the bottom of its feet. Super tacky, and that is gonna be good for climbing all of the wet leaves and sticks out here in this rainforest. But of course, in addition to climbing, this frog can glide. The Wallace's flying frog has such large hands and back feet pads that it can soar through the canopy. Now that is one really cool leaf frog, And that's coming from someone who's seen a lot of frogs. The Wallace's flying frog here in Borneo. Let's put it back on its branch and keep searching for other creatures of the night. Too cool. All right, so sometimes you can find mammals. There's like tarsiers that live out here. There's all kinds of cool, unique stuff. And of course, this being our first major trip to Borneo, everything we find is brand new. Oh, got something on this branch. Oh my gosh, guys, come look at this. You guys have enough light to see what this is? Okay, what we have here, guys, is a dead leaf mantis. What you're looking at right there is actually a praying mantis that looks almost identical to a leaf. But let me see if I can get it to climb up on my fingers. Oh yeah. Now you can see it. Look, oh, it's a hopper. I would not expect a mantis like this to fly, although I'm sure it has tiny wings. It's definitely well adapted to look just like a leaf. Now there are actually over 2,400 different species of mantis on the planet, but this one has to be the coolest I've ever seen. Now you can really see that it's a mantis. Before, when it was on the leaf, it was inverted and you couldn't see the arms, perfectly camouflaging it as a dead leaf hanging off that plant. But as much as it looks like a leaf, it is not dead. It is very alive, and make no mistake, this is a mantis. It is an assassin. It is out here looking for prey, and they are relentless, and they're highly intelligent. You combine that with being excellently camouflaged, and you have a very formidable creature. That is cool. Oh, beautiful. Now this is a fully grown mantis. This is as big as they get. Oh, hello. It's looking right at me. You're not gonna hop on me, are you? We're trying to get the shot. Look that way. Oh. It's going for my pants because it's the same color. I've been spotted. We see you. I mean, you can even see on its back just like the striations of the leaf and like the dead spots. I mean, it has so many little particular details that make it look like a leaf. A truly remarkable adaptation. Andrew, have you ever seen anything like that?
No, that's so well camouflaged. I don't know how you saw it.
Well, I saw it because it's on this bright green leaf, so it wasn't the best spot to hide for this leaf mantis, but you could see if it was down here in the leaf litter how it would just disappear. Actually, let's do that. Let's let it go and put it in the leaves and see how it just disappears. Ready? Look, just put a few leaves around it. Just like disappears in the leaf litter. And can you imagine if it was dry? Like here's a dry leaf. I mean, look at that. Unbelievable, huh? So cool. All right, I've got to get a picture with this. Gonna get my phone out. Not often you see a mantis as bizarre as that one. You know, I've seen a lot of interesting mantis over the years, but I cannot recall one as cool looking as this. Out here, every step counts. The terrain is brutal and the stakes are real. That's why I created Summit Adventure Fuel, to help power my way through any situation. With pro-grade electrolytes, clean sugar-free ingredients, and flavors that hit hard, Summit keeps me going when the wild pushes back. And unlike other electrolyte drinks that are sugar-free, Summit actually tastes good. And Summit is now the official drink of Brave Wilderness. So hydrate like an explorer and fuel your adventures all the way to the summit. Let's get there. Lurking within a tide pool or embedded in the soft sand of a beach are creatures armed with stingers, spines, or tentacles that are dangerous enough to send you to the hospital or worse. Today we are counting down the top 6 most terrifying creatures that you can encounter at the beach.
And be sure to stick around for number 1, a predator whose venom is so powerful that just one drop can kill you. All right, let's dive in. Kicking things off at number 6, we start with a creature that is so small, yet so beautiful that it hardly seems dangerous at all. The cone snail. It hides inside of one of nature's most spectacular shells, but carries one of the most potent venoms found in the ocean. These deadly snails inhabit the waters and coral reefs found in Australia, Hawaii, and the Philippines. Most people would never guess something so dangerous could fit in the palm of your hand. But despite its size, the cone snail doesn't need speed or strength to kill. It hunts quietly within its shell, slowly crawling along the bottom, waiting for one perfect strike. Because tucked inside its mouth is a tiny hollow tooth that is shaped like a harpoon. If you were to get too close, or even worse, pick one up, that tooth fires like a dart, latching on and ejecting a venom that's been called nature's most potent chemical weapon. At first, the sting might feel like an ordinary pinprick, but soon after, you can experience numbness, dizziness, difficulty speaking, paralysis, and in the most severe cases, even death. That's right, some cone snail species, like the geographic cone, are capable of killing a full-grown human adult because there's no antivenom available anywhere. Once you're stung, all doctors can do is keep you breathing and wait, with hope that your body can outlast the venom's damage. So if you're walking along the beach in Hawaii and you spot a beautiful cone-shaped shell, especially if it's moving, don't touch it, don't pick it up, because sometimes the most colorful creatures on shore are also the deadliest. Speaking of colorful creatures, at number 5, we have an animal so strange and deceptively beautiful, it's often mistaken for a common jellyfish. This is the Portuguese mandible. You'll find them in warm ocean waters around the world, including United States coastlines of Florida, Gulf of Mexico, and the Carolinas. And they've even been spotted all the way out in Hawaii and even parts of Southern California. Portuguese manowar float across the surface of the ocean like a bright blue neon balloon, trailing along these purplish tentacles far underneath its body. Its name comes from its resemblance to the 18th century Portuguese warships that were at full sail. From above, it looks delicate, like a tiny toy sailboat, but hidden within those flowing tentacles that can hang as far as 30 feet below are thousands of tiny stinging cells, each one loaded with venom designed to paralyze and kill its food. Carried aimlessly by the wind and ocean currents, it can wash ashore without warning, sometimes by the thousands, turning what would normally be a peaceful beach into a sudden and landmine-filled nightmare. And if you're stung by one, the pain is unforgettably violent. Because it's not just a simple sting, it feels like being whipped with burning wire, followed by a deep electric pain that wraps around your limbs like barbed coils. Afterwards, you can experience muscle spasms, nausea, dizziness, and in some cases, even temporary paralysis can set in. And here's what many beachgoers fail to realize. You don't even need to be in the water to take a sting. That's because dead man-of-war tentacles lying on the sand can still deliver a fully venomous sting. One careless step is all it takes to find yourself writhing in pain. Now, while most stings are not fatal, they are usually always traumatic, and in certain cases, allergic reactions to the sting around the face, chest, or neck can become life-threatening. And if that's not scary enough, there have even been cases of swimmers drowning from the sheer shock and pain of a single sting. So with a name like Portuguese man-of-war, beachgoers are right to steer clear of this blue venom-filled sailor of the sea at all costs. Unfortunately, the next creature on the list is not so easy to spot or avoid. At number 4, we have a creature that stalks its prey and glides quietly and stealthily right up to the edge of the beach. I'm talking about the stingray. Most of the time, it's calm and even gentle and wants nothing to do with you. But if you step on one by accident, you'll learn very quickly why so many people fear this flat-bodied fish all over the world. In the United States, stingrays are most common along the Atlantic and Gulf coasts, also off the coastline of California. Stingrays spend much of their time resting and hiding at the sandy bottom, and sometimes only inches from the shore.
Unfortunately, that's exactly where your bare feet tend to wander when you go to the beach. When startled or threatened, a stingray's response is sudden and explosive. It will try to flee while it lashes its tail upward, driving up its sharp serrated spine that unfortunately could land right into your foot. Now that spine is coated with a venom, but the real damage occurs from the puncture wound itself. It's capable of tearing through skin, muscle, and sometimes can even scrape against the bone. Victims often describe the pain as instant and overwhelming, like being stabbed with a white-hot piece of metal. Now keep in mind, when you're stung, you're likely still going to be a distance from shore, and that walk back with an open wound in salt water, it's gonna be excruciating. Not to mention, the pain from the initial sting doesn't fade quickly. The agony can last for hours, radiating far beyond the initial injury. And on top of that, stingray wounds carry the risk of infection because the spine often leaves behind fragments of contamination or bacteria. And in severe cases, deep injuries may require surgery to clean and repair the wound. And while fatalities from stingray are very rare, they do happen, especially if the spine strikes a major artery or vital organ. So while the stingray might be the painful master of camouflage in the sand, our next contender rules the art of disguise in the tide pools. At number 3, we come face to face with the most venomous fish in the world, the stonefish. And if you've never seen one before, that's not at all surprising. Stonefish are masters of camouflage, blending perfectly in rocks, coral, and areas just offshore. It's very rare to find them on the shorelines of the United States, but encounters have been recorded in parts of Hawaii. It's the travelers to Australia and Southeast Asia that face the highest risk. The danger of a stonefish is not in its bite, but actually the venomous spines along its back. Step on one and those spines shoot up, puncturing skin and muscle before releasing a cocktail of venom that is so potent it's been known to cause major injury, paralysis, and in extremely rare cases, even death. Take it from me, the stonefish sting is one of the worst stings I personally have ever experienced in my life. The pain is often described as the worst you can endure, burning, throbbing, and radiating far beyond the wound. It can spread so intensely and rapidly through a limb that some victims have begged their doctors to make an amputation. Without urgent medical treatment, the pain from a stonefish sting can last for hours or even days. The stonefish is a perfect example of how danger in the ocean doesn't always come from teeth or speed. Sometimes it's silent, armed with venomous spines that are hiding in plain sight. Coming in at number 2 is an ocean dweller that, if encountered while out on a casual swim, will turn your day into a fight for survival. This is the box jellyfish. Almost completely transparent, it's nearly invisible in the water, yet its sting can stop your heart within minutes. Box jellyfish are most notorious in the waters of northern Australia, the Philippines, Thailand, and other parts of Southeast Asia. They silently drift near shore, with their cube-shaped bodies trailing up to 15 feet of tentacles lined with thousands of stinging cells. Each cell has a microscopic syringe which injects venom that is designed to paralyze their prey instantly. Unfortunately, this venom is also dangerous to humans. It will attack your heart, nervous system, and skin simultaneously. The pain is immediate and often overwhelming, with burning, searing, and what is often described as a feeling of an acid burn mixed with an electrical shock all at the same time. In severe stings, the shock and muscle spasms can make it impossible to swim, leading to drowning before you can even get yourself to the shore. And survivors are often left with whip-like scars across their skin that can be permanent or at least last for several years. Now, unfortunately, there is no foolproof way to avoid the box jellyfish in their native waters. All you can do is avoid the high-risk areas and stay out of the water during jellyfish season. Ooh, and now it's time for number 1. This is the worst creature that you can encounter in the entire world when visiting the beach. In the wild, animals with bright colors are a warning sign, and this creature has one of the clearest warnings you'll ever see. When threatened,
Its neon blue rings radiate and flash, sending a glowing message to stay away. And if you haven't guessed it already, the number one for this list is the blue ring octopus. This tiny creature lives in tide pools and shallow reefs found along the coasts of Australia, the Philippines, Indonesia, and other parts of the Pacific and Indian Oceans. At first glance, it looks harmless, often only the size of a golf ball with its golden body and a pattern of lightly colored rings. But when those rings illuminate, they're there to warn you that this little octopus carries venom powerful enough to kill up to 26 humans within minutes. That's right, even 1 tiny milligram of the venom from a blue ring octopus is enough to be fatal. And unlike the others on this list, this is the first creature where the real danger comes from a bite. An octopus doesn't have teeth like a fish or jaws like a shark. Instead, it has a sharp, parrot-like beak hidden in the center of its body. But it's not the tiny pinch from the bite that you should worry about. It's the octopus's saliva, which is loaded with a powerful neurotoxic venom that can quickly cause you to lose complete control of every muscle in your entire body. What's truly horrifying is that your mind stays alert through the entire process, even as your body shuts down and your breathing starts to slow. Surprisingly, death from a blue ring octopus bite is extremely rare, with only a handful of confirmed fatalities worldwide. Most victims recover once the toxins wear off, but it can take days in intensive care in the most state-of-the-art hospitals. So while it may look like a cool little Instagram model for your beach vacation, the blue ring octopus is one of the most venomous creatures in the entire ocean and the last creature you'd ever want to pick up while spending a day at the beach. Have you ever had a run-in with one of these creatures? Tell us your story in the comments. And stay alert out there, because sometimes the most deadly creatures aren't as big or as visible as you might think.
When it comes to the world of stings, there are titans of pain that stand tall above the rest. Now, I've already survived the dreaded sting of the bullet ant, the warrior wasp, and even the deadly stonefish. But there is one titan that has eluded me time and time again. So today, I am back in the state of Arizona to take on the sting of the one and only tarantula hawk. Let's get searching. Desert's waking up. Got the hummingbirds out now. I think that was a tarantula hawk actually that just flew by. Big one.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, right here, Mark. Whoa! That was huge.
I got one. Right here. Got it. Oh! Yes! Yes! Oh, yeah, baby. All right. Can't get too excited. It's got to get in the jar to be officially a catch. Yeah! Yes! Unfortunately, this victorious moment I'm feeling is about to turn into a world of pain because I've set the table for me to enter the sting zone with one of the colossals of sting, the tarantula hawk. Let's go set up the sting table. Here we go, it's game time. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at the size of that tarantula hawk. That is a massive tarantula hawk. And I have to say, I have not been this amped for a sting video in a very long time. We have put in the work to feature the tarantula hawk on the Bite Sting Index, and today, it's going down. But before we get into that, check this out. Not only did I catch one tarantula hawk, I caught 2. And the reason I want to show you both of these insects is because although they look similar, they are very different. And it's important for you to know the difference if you're ever out here in the Southwest and encounter one of these giant flying insects. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, we get out the second tarantula hawk from the container. What I'm holding here is a male tarantula hawk, and they do not possess a stinger. Now, the reason why the males do not possess stingers, and this is true in almost all stinging insects, is because a stinger is really just a modified appendage for laying eggs. Now, besides not having a stinger, the only other way to tell the difference between the male and female tarantula hawks are by looking at their antennae. Males have straight antennae, where females curl at the ends. And while side by side, it's also easy to see that females are larger, you typically will never see more than one tarantula hawk at a time. So checking for those antennae is the best way to know if you're looking at a harmless insect versus one that packs one of the most intense stings on the planet. I'm actually gonna transfer her into a bigger glass so we can really see, so she can spread all the way out. You can see how truly gargantuan this wasp is. Okay, there we go. Wow. Oh my goodness. What a monster wasp. Guys, look at the size of that abdomen. This is the biggest tarantula hawk I have ever seen. Now, the reason they're called a tarantula hawk is because how they reproduce. These enormous wasps, one of the largest wasps in the world, feed tarantulas to their young. And the way they do that is they will fly around the desert looking for these giant spiders. Once they find one, they will swoop down like a bird of prey, catch it, sting it, paralyzing the tarantula, and then lay eggs inside of it. So when those eggs hatch, the very first meal of a tarantula hawk's life is a giant spider. And then they will emerge from the burrow as a fully grown wasp and feast on nectar. I've seen these wasps dragging spiders across the desert 10 times their size. It's truly unbelievable just how powerful the tarantula hawk can be. Well, now that we know why it's called a tarantula hawk, and we've been able to take a closer look, I think it's time for the moment that you all came for. It's time for me to enter the sting zone with one of the largest wasps on the planet. Here we go. Oh man, this is where it'd be very easy for me to take a sting too early. Those legs are so strong. Like if I don't get the right hold right away, it's almost no chance. I'm shaking. I'm so nervous right now. Gosh, this is always so much harder than it looks. Gotta hold. All right, I'm gonna have to use another set. Oh my gosh, look at how big that stinger is, guys. So strong. Got it. Good hold. All right, I gotta go for the sting, guys. Ready? I'm Mark Binns, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the one and only tarantula hawk. You guys ready? You got your shots? On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, hang on. I'm feeling lightheaded. I feel like I might pass out. Sorry, guys. Sorry.
You want me to join it?
No, I'm just gonna get my nerves down. My legs are shaking. My hands are shaking. I feel like my stomach's in my throat right now. I've never felt this like this before, Sting. This is like next level tear. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is happening. All right, here we go. All right, guys. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Stinger's hit! Stinger's hit! Oh God, I didn't get a good sting though. I gotta do it again. Oh, that hurts. It didn't get good. It didn't get me good. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Oh! Ah! Ah! Ah, she's savaging me! Ah, yeah! Yeah! Ah! 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 Oh! Oh, yeah! Ah! Oh my gosh, look how quickly it's swelling. Ah! 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 It's white hot. White hot. Ah! Ah! Ah!
You alright, man?
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad. She got me a bunch of times before the real sting, but the real sting went in. It was so bad. Ah. Ah. Ah.
Describe the pain. White hot. It's like gasoline under the skin, just torched. It's like someone put a match right on it. That's the real deal. Look at the swelling already. Matter of seconds, it's already swelling up. All right, guys. I feel like my voice is going. All right. Well, I've survived so far. I don't think I need the EpiPen, but my voice is shot. And I think it's now time for me to recover, endure the aftermath, and for you guys to know exactly where the Tarantula Hawk rates on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Roll it.
For intimidation, it's hard to imagine a wasp or any insect more intimidating than the tarantula hawk. But just in case I ever find one, I'll give it a 9.9 out of 10. For pain, it was way up there compared to the worst stings I've experienced. Instant flares of pain rocked my arm and underneath the skin. And the only reason I took repeated stings was to make sure I took a full dose, which I'm sure glad I did for the sake of this index, because that last sting was 10 times as painful as the first 8 or so warning pops. All of that said, I don't feel it was quite as bad as a bullet ant, so it only gets an 8.6 out of 10 for pain. For aftermath, the swelling was severe. My arm ballooned up and the redness extended from my wrist all the way down to my elbow. And the pain lasted for over 24 hours, but was much less severe after just about 30 minutes. However, it was followed by days of very intense itching before it started to properly heal. For that, the aftermath gets an 8.5 out of 10, giving the Tarantula Hawk a grand score and BSI rating of a 9, making it the second worst sting I have rated so far, and just barely falling short of the current king of sting, the bullet ant. Needless to say, while Tarantula Hawks are typically non-aggressive, you should never attempt to do what you saw in this video. Take it from me, it was a very painful experience I hope to never have again. Ouch.
What just happened, Mark?
I just took the world's first ever sting from a mammoth wasp.
I've caught and been stung by some of the rarest insects on the planet, putting my body on the line against venoms that are completely undocumented by science. But in the hills of Borneo, my journey faithfully crossed paths with perhaps the rarest creature I've seen to date. It is a miracle we had our cameras ready to record this 1 in a million catch.
What is that?
Whoa, what the?
What is that? Holy mother. That is a monster bee, guys. Oh my gosh. I think that's a mammoth wasp. It is aggressive. Huge pinchers, massive abdomen. This might be my worst sting test yet. I hope you guys are prepared for a big one, because what you're looking at there is the giant skulled wasp, or more famously known as the mammoth wasp. Not only because of its massive size, but also because it is completely covered in hair, just like a woolly mammoth. And then of course, the fact that we're gonna test the sting of this insect. This one is gonna go into the record books of Brave Wilderness, guys. I can already tell. I'm gonna zoom into that head. Enormous mandibles on a menacing yellow skull cap right on top of its head. Reminds me of a gigantic yellow jacket, or dare I say, the murder hornet. And who knows, maybe one day, the mammoth wasp will be known as the murder wasp. So I'm not willing to take any risk with this one. We wanna be indoors while I do the sting test, just in case this wasp is able to pry its way out of the forceps. And at this size, the amount of venom that sting's gonna deliver, this will probably be the worst sting from a flying insect that I ever take. I'm gonna call it right now. I think this one's going to be off the charts on the BSI. Let's go inside, set up the sting table, and see what the mammoth wasp is really made of. Let's go. We've got the team inside this room, and there it is, right there. Here we go. We're locked in. Had we done this outside and the mammoth wasp were to escape, there is zero chance we would find another one. This is a big one, guys. Had a lot of big stings over the years, but I don't think anything is quite as impressive as this mammoth wasp. If this is anything like the tarantula hawk, get ready for some fireworks. We're not going to take a sting on my right arm because it's pretty flared up right now after the carpenter bee sting. Oh, wow, yeah, wow. Oh, ah. Luckily, I got a good arm over here. Left arm, blank canvas for this sting. Now, everybody be aware, this wasp can easily escape. Be ready to react. Here we go. You guys ready? I'm gonna try to get it out here. We're gonna see if we can do it without the net. It senses that. Nope. Gonna need the net, please. To get this grab, I'm gonna put the wasp back in the net, stretch these out, try to get a good hold. This is a powerful wasp, so it's gonna take a lot of force. Oh! Oh my gosh. I got it. Don't worry, guys. Oh my gosh. Talk about aggressive. Let's try to get it like further up in the net here. This wasp is trying to dig, not going up like I expected. All right, come on, come on. Up, up, up. Up, up, up. Come on. Come on. Go up. Go up. Get in the net. Up, up, up. Good, good. Good. This is gonna be so bad. Okay. Here we go. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Oh my jeez. All right. It's trying to escape. This is why we're doing it inside. Okay. Holy moly. My heart is going about 1,000 beats a minute right now. I am struggling to compose myself. It can literally scratch its own back with its stinger. There'd be no safe way to handle this wasp, but it's now or never. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the mammoth wasp on 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Ah! She's biting me. Ah! Ah! She's stung multiple times. Ah! The bite hurts too. Ugh. Gosh. Ah! Yep. Yeah! Scraping me. All right, all right, all right. Ah! Ah! Oh! Ah! Okay.
Describe the pain, Mark.
It's building. She stung me so many times. She was also biting me. See all those bite marks? All right, it's building. Letting the pain build. I got stung about maybe a dozen times, at least 8 times I could count. It just was hitting me again and again and again. And a long sting or two, blood's drawn. You can see it's starting to swell. You got like this rashy area, some kind of rashy things going on here. That might be from the biting. Those mandibles, I felt the most, just gnawing into my skin. I'm definitely sweating profusely because the nerves are firing off, but in terms of pain, I definitely took a bunch of good stings. I left it on there as long as I could. I don't know, guys. I'm not out of the woods yet. The aftermath could very well be the worst part. The sting site is really bad. It's already cooked, guys. Look at that. Here is where the mammoth wasp from Borneo rates on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Roll it.
On intimidation, the mammoth wasp took things to a whole new level. Everything about this wasp is massive, including its stinger and its jaws. Plus, I was extra nervous because this is the first documented sting that we know of this species, so I had no idea what to expect. The mammoth wasp earns every bit of its intimidation score of a 9.8 out of 10. The pain was not quite as I expected. My nerves were on edge, so that rush of pain at the beginning was startling. It immediately jabbed me multiple times and dosed me with venom,
which was a bright and red-hot kind of pain, but ultimately it did not build to the likes of the tarantula hawk. It also fell short to the giant black carpenter bee, which I had faced 24 hours earlier, so it was fresh on my mind.
Oh, wow, yeah.
The pain from the black bee was so explosive that it sent shockwaves all throughout my system, where the mammoth wasp just didn't quite get that bad. So overall, I give it a pain score of a 6.9 out of 10. Now for the aftermath, which was indeed much worse than the initial pain of the sting. Over the next 72 hours, the sting site swelled up into a tightly grouped sting mound, showing massive amounts of inflammation and even bruising. It caused a deep, throbbing ache that lasted for days, and it was almost like having a broken bone. As far as lasting effects go, the mammoth wasp delivered a sting that was on par to some of the meanest insect stings on the planet, earning it an aftermath score of an 8.8 out of 10. Altogether, the mammoth wasp ranks at an 8.5 out of 10 on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, climbing very high into the all-time rankings, but falling just short of the terrifying tarantula hawk.